One season in the sun, now Santa Cruz voice. Tuesday the 28th, yeah, we talking to you from the past. Don't adjust it. Out in LA doing LA things, so the weather gonna sound off. Don't judge it. Got Ben Stiller in the headlines, ill-timed tweet, or was it a spaghetti-built Lego heist? Yeah, you heard that right. Carbs and crime all in one kit. And seriously, what do I gotta do to get kicked out of a football game? Where's the line? Who's keeping score? I'm out of pocket in Los Angeles, sunshine lights, Santa Cruz vibes in my core. So if it sounds 82 and perfect, just know I'm looking at smog and palm trees galore. We got news coming up, Kent from Greater Omaha got the deets. Weather's a little sideways today, blame LA, not me. Sports on deck, who's hot, who's not, who's trying to be? Spaghetti heist, street fights, sideline rights. Yeah, we rolling through it all this morning. At 12:30 we're switching to the press conference, let's get into it.
Alright, welcome to One Season in the Sun. Trying to figure out what the heck happened there. Okay, cool. We're talking to you from the past. Because we're talking to you from the past. That's what's happening. We're doing a show. We're doing a show on the podcast for you. But we're doing it live on the station on Monday, and at 12:30 on Monday, we're going to be switching to the press conference with Nick Fernandez with the Earthquakes. Earthquakes, who are now 9-1 in MLS season, 9-1, 1-0 in the 10-1 in all competitions, 1-0 in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Going to be playing Minnesota tonight. And I transpose that so nobody's getting confused. Tuesday, they're going to be playing Minnesota at home. And, man, I knew they would be better. I'll be honest. I didn't expect this. This is a little more than I was thinking for. So, hey, look, it's pretty cool. We've got... like I say, we're going to really rush through a few things in the first half. We'll do the press conference live on the thing here, and then we will go back to last little bit of regular show. It is going to be, let's see, hold on. It's going to be 66 today as a high. I don't know what it is currently because I'm in LA as we speak. And I do not know. Yesterday, it was 59 in Monterey. I think it's going to also be 63 the high yesterday. Today, 65 in Hollister is the high. 63 in Salinas. 62 in San Francisco. 65 in San Jose. 65 in Gilroy. 50 is the high in Gorman today, which is on the way to Anaheim, where it's going to be a high of 68. Let's see. So we bring in Kent from Greater Omaha here. I thought I already brought Kent from Greater Omaha in, but I will do that. It's Sergio. Sergio, what are you up to, sir? Here, let's just see what Sergio's got going on.
Hello there.
Hey, Sergio, what is going on, my friend?
I'm good.
Oh, what are you up to?
Oh God, nothing much. Just working away, like always.
Yeah. No, I got you. Hold on. I gotta do the. Sergio has a song. That isn't it. Hold on. Damn it, that isn't it either.
Uh-oh.
Where the hell is it? I don't know. I swear to God, where is it? Hold on. I will find this. No,
we own all these songs, right?
We can't have Sergio on without the Homer song. All righty, here we go. All right, Ballad of Homer. There we go. There we go.
I still love that song.
All right. There we go. So it'll take me a sec. I knew I had it in files. See, there you go. So what is going on in Homer Land?
Well, we're getting ready. We are our official getting ready for. We got a couple of shows coming up, but we're definitely coming back to Monterey.
Oh, good. What part of LA you in?
I'm in Orange County, La Habra.
Oh hell, I may have to come see you this week because I'm going to be down in Anaheim. So okay, so there we go. I'm gonna look. I may look that up. All of a sudden you're gonna be like, what?
No, the door's wide open for you.
There we go. All right, we'll do that. So yeah, all right. So you got some stuff there. So you know what? We're gonna reach out and we're going to make sure we're doing some stuff with you coming up with the things. Right now I got a real tight schedule because I got to get to a press conference in 11 minutes and I got to get Kent through the news. So
thank you for even taking time to say hi to me.
All right. I appreciate it. Well, I mean,
we'll talk soon.
No, all right. No worries.
Take it easy, Sergio.
All right. There's Sergio. Hey. Sergio, who, I mean, hey, look, Sergio knows he plays backseat to Homer. I mean, it's like, it's just we know.
It's a fun ride. It's a fun ride.
It's a fun ride. All right, Sergio, we'll see you there.
We'll talk soon.
All righty.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. All right, so you know what? Hold on. Then while we're at this.
From Greater Omaha.
Yeah, that's making rewatching The Sopranos not as much fun as I thought it would be.
Why?
Black Escalade.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what. So we'll get into the dirty drinks here after the press conference because I fear we don't have time.
Cheap.
Dirty drinks. Oh, geez, that'd be.
Don't actually sing it. What are you thinking?
I said dirty drinks.
Oh.
Where's your camera? Jesus.
It's pointed at the sky.
Oh, whatever. All right. So anyway, is there news?
Yes, there is news.
It's that time again, where everything's breaking and nothing's fixed. Local storms, weird politics, and someone's emotional support iguana stealing the spotlight. That's your news with Kent from Greater Omaha.
Okay, kind of an unusual heist. A California man is accused of pulling off a theft involving Lego sets and pasta. Investigators say the suspect stole about $34,000 worth of Lego products by buying expensive kits, removing the valuable pieces, and replacing them with bags of dry pasta before returning the boxes for full refunds. Authorities say the scheme worked because the pasta made a similar rattling sound to real Lego bricks, helping the tampered boxes pass quick inspection.
Oh, so he was putting saying he never opened them is what he was trying to say.
That's what he was trying to make them believe. Police believe the man targeted high-end sets and collectible minifigures, which can fetch high prices on resale markets once separated from their original packaging. The fraud is believed to have taken place across multiple stores over an extended period of time before being discovered. Officials say the suspect was eventually tracked through return records and surveillance footage and has now been arrested on theft-related charges. So, good plan.
Yeah,
and
that's almost like somebody stealing $10,000 from their employer.
Oof. Yeah.
Well maybe
what
not
I'm guessing
quite, but maybe close. I mean,
do you think he bought the dried pasta also from the same Target that he was buying the?
Maybe.
I mean, just really drive it home. Just make it as obvious as possible.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, see where it would have. Okay, where he could have been. Now, where he could have been doing something really nefarious, if he'd removed them out of the bags and resealed the bags. That is
with,
the kind
with the Fusili in it?
Yeah. See, so then if they opened the box, they wouldn't open the bags to inspect them.
The bags are clear, though.
Are they?
I've always known the bags to be transparent.
Well, then you put it in then what you do is you trade it out for like non-clear bags, and
so that it definitely doesn't look like a Lego bag.
Well, no, you write Lego on it in Sharpie. I mean, that's legit.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't realize you thought this out completely.
If you're buying a washer and a dryer and a dishwasher from Home Depot on your employer's credit card, that's the sort of stuff that you try to get away with. Just saying. Those kind of people are toxic. Yeah.
It feels like a matter of time before anyone figures that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then everyone figures it out.
And then everyone's doing it. Yeah. Everybody's going to Marky's house. So there you go. All right.
That reminds me of that Chase Bank hack.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
All right, there we go. Wait, what time is
there
it?
There was a Chase Bank hack. It was like last year that was being advertised on TikTok. And the idea was, and I don't recommend this because it's not a real hack. People were writing checks to themselves and then depositing the checks and just getting cash because the ATM was taking them at their word. And they were calling that a hack.
What that isn't a hack. That is I think it's is it not like a Ponzi scheme? I forget what kind of a scheme that is, but it's not good. It's not good.
It's the death of a high trust society.
Well, yeah, I mean, oh Lord, it's a lot of things. All right, so in 5 minutes we're going to be joining the press conference with Nick Fernandez from the San Jose Earthquakes, and we're going to discuss how the team's playing, his recent role, getting a little more playing time here lately, what exactly, I don't know. Who knows what people can ask. I'm going to say that somebody is going to ask about their resiliency. Hold on.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice. Think local.
I'm just going to say about that, Saturday has me salty. And it's just continuing over.
Is it from a pretzel or a bag of peanuts?
It's from an officiating crew that we've now seen 4 times, and they have gotten progressively worse every time. And I don't mean progressively worse like how the progressive commercials are getting. But no, I'm talking progressively worse as in, oh my God, can you guys get any worse? And apparently so. Also, I've got a chiro appointment today because I've been taking Gus to the chiro, neglecting my own back, and my both of my shoulders are messed up. I couldn't lift my right arm over at my head today, so I was like, oh, well, there we go.
Does your guy do the cold laser?
Isn't that how you get rid of do a tummy tuck without the rehab?
Maybe.
I don't know.
It seems to work for everything. He used it on my dog when she was suffering with cancer.
Yeah,
and
the chiro
made her.
Yeah, the chiro uses that the big red light, which I've got one of those, and then uses the little tiny red light on Gus, And I'm like, you're not doing as much manipulating of him as you used to. Maybe I can save myself some money and trips down here by using the red light on him myself.
By getting a flashlight and wrapping it in the gel. I like the way you're thinking.
No, I actually have one of those actual red lights. So
okay.
I do.
Well,
I do. All right. So you know what we're gonna? I don't want to be late, but I don't want to be like early and waiting. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to join the Zoom, and I'm going to put us on mute, and then we'll join the press conference when it starts. There we go. Hey, there we go. We have a plan. Yeah. Can we get this Ben Stiller thing in a super quick? Well, okay. King Charles and Queen Camilla are in the U.S. now. Actually, they came to the U.S. I want to see what I want to see what kind of jet they're going around in. And here's something that's crazy. You see King Charles in the full Queen getup, or in the full King getup. He does look a lot like the Queen because the leopard overwrap, the white leopard overwrap, does not work. Wait, the Queen press conference is starting.
I think it's Ermine.
We're going to go to that.
Hi guys, we do a quick sound check. Start with Abram.
Hey Ryan.
Brian.
Hello.
Devin.
Hello.
And Paula.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay. All right, I've got Nick. We'll get started. Just give me the single name whenever you're ready. Okay.
I have my hand raised.
Here. Can you do me a favor with Timo, because he's in the thing? Just he's going to text me whenever he's ready. They should be ready in the studio already for him. Okay. Ready? There we go.
All right.
Recording in progress.
For you guys, live press conference, Nick Fernandez, Timo Werner.
Okay, welcome to our midweek media availability. We are joined by midfielder Nick Fernandez ahead of tomorrow night's Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup round of 16 matchup. Nick is coming off of a round of 32 game where he had a goal and assist to be named to the team of the round. Tomorrow night's game is 7 p.m. Against Minnesota United FC. It's going to be broadcast on CBS Sports Golazo Network and streamed on Paramount Plus. We'll start with some questions here in the Zoom. We'll start with one from Paula Maruri. Go ahead, Paula.
Good afternoon. You guys will be facing tomorrow Minnesota United FC and the Lamar US Cup. What is the mentality and priorities for this game? And I do have a follow-up.
I think the mindset is just to come out with the right attitude and the right energy, because obviously Minnesota's a top team in the league, but we've proven that when we're at our best, we can compete with anyone. So I think just coming out hungry with that right mindset and ready to compete from the first minute is important.
After you create a momentum in the last game with Rising Phoenix scoring a goal in the first 3 minutes, how's your level of confidence for tomorrow's game? Thank you.
Yeah, I think obviously it's always important and for attacking players to get on the score sheet or create with goal or an assist. So I think just looking forward to building off that tomorrow. I'm excited.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll move on to a question from Abram Heredia at Tectonic Takes. Go ahead, Abram.
Hey Nick, thanks for taking time to talk to us. So you're somebody who spent a lot of time coming through at Quakes 2 or the town previously. So with the success that you've had coming up to the first team, do you think that there are other players with a similar path to you that could also be making that jump soon?
Yeah. I mean, our second team obviously has a great staff, and Dan DeGear, I think he cares a lot about the players and is a great coach to help the players grow. So I think just the guys out there, there's a lot of them, younger guys, homegrowns, just that they can get, given they succeed on the second team, I think there's always opportunities to play.
So in the last Open Cup match, you and Noel Buck and Jack Jasinski, you guys were linking up, and obviously that helped you get the win. Do you think that your time spent together in the second team is helping you guys, find success up here in the first team?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, anytime you're able to play with these guys on the field, it's a chance to grow your connection, which, I mean, we're together every day, so that also helps. But yeah, just spending time together is always helps.
Okay. Thank you very much, Abram. We'll move on to a question from Brian Gingrich. Go ahead, Brian.
There you go. Sorry about that. So Nick, you seem to be one of the first guys that Bruce calls on when he's looking for depth, but you seem to be also be moving into more of a regular kind of role. What are they talking to you about that, and how do you feel about your progression so far in getting into the lineup, in more MLS games and more, and in even more of these U.S. Open Cup games when they start getting real serious in 8 and 4?
Yeah, obviously, I think the coaches give me a lot of confidence, willing to bring me in, and they kind of just see me as a guy who can bring energy. I can also fill in a lot of positions, so that helps. But the main thing is they just trust in me and they let me kind of just be free and do my thing, so that helps.
And so something that kind of hits me here is how even guys from Quakes 2 last year at the Town, they seem to be ready to come up and play with the big club, because they're unlike a lot of situations where they're kind of doing their own thing, this one they are doing and playing exactly like they're supposed to be on the big club. How does that help you in the fact that, hey, I just do the stuff I'm doing just with different people, make the transition easier?
Well, like I said earlier, the second team here is a great place to grow, and Dan DeGear's a top coach there, so that he kind of just gives you the confidence, and then obviously him and Bruce, they have a connection and they talk, and I think it's a pretty smooth transition from the second team to the first team, and the fact that they kind of just let you be free and they give you confidence, which is the most important thing.
All right, thanks.
Okay. We'll move on to a question from Robert Jonas.
Thank you, and congrats on the first start of the season over the weekend, and on the result as well. And you also got your first MLS point, which is, I think, something to hang a hat on there. You've had a couple days to reflect on that experience. It was one of the first times this year that the team has truly been, I would say, tested, really put under pressure by an opponent, to then come through that as a team and still pull out the victory. What were some of the learning lessons for you with that sort of level of adversity that you were facing, especially in the end of the first half, beginning of the second half?
Yeah, I mean, playing on the road is always going to be tough, and St. Louis is a tough place to play, and they came out with the right energy, and obviously we were able to get that early goal, but then we faced a lot of pressure, and I think it kind of just showed the character we have. I mean, even going into the half up 1-0, I think was very important for us. And then obviously we conceded the 2 goals, but we were never phased, and we were able to come out and come back and win the game. So I think that was just a testament to the character of the team.
A game like that can take a lot of energy out of the squad, and certainly there was some squad rotation and guys coming in as subs maybe earlier than they would on a regular basis. What does the team look like kind of going into tomorrow night after such a busy couple of weeks and a very hard-fought victory over the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was important. We got to rest some guys this weekend, but I think we're just hungry. Obviously, the U.S. Open Cup is something we take very seriously. So we're hungry. We get to play at home. I think we're all excited to play, even though we're a little tired. That's not an excuse if we're playing at home.
Bruce obviously gets a lot of credit as the head coach, but he has quite the coaching staff, working with him and working with you. Who in particular have you been kind of close with on the coaching staff that's been helping you in your personal development?
I mean, I think they all play a role to a certain extent, but Dave Sarakin, obviously Bruce's assistant, he kind of helps give a lot of confidence, especially to the guys like not playing, and he kind of just keeps you in the right mindset and helps. So when your numbers call, you're ready to go.
Appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you. Two more. Devin Belay, Tectonic Takes. Go ahead.
Hey, Nick. Other players have mentioned, as we've talked to them, the importance of squad depth in training and in the match. How would you feel your impact is to the team after a good run of form leading into Minnesota United?
I think obviously just pushing guys in training, like to be better, and it's important that you bring your best every day, and then just being ready when your number's called, because we have a lot of games in a short amount of time, so we need everybody. So just having that mindset to be ready, and however long I got to play, just making the most of it.
And a follow-up, what's your level of comfortability like now after 11 games with more appearances through these tightly scheduled matches?
I think I'm confident. The whole group is confident. We're feeling good, and obviously we're going to keep doing what we can to keep winning games. So I think the group is in a good spot.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, the last one, Eric Paleo-Coates. Go ahead, Eric.
Nick, a couple questions for you. Congratulations on the excellent start with MLS and the Quakes, first off. But in your time with Quakes 2 and now in your time with the Quakes, would you say that there is a mindset or a expectation that is mimicked in both Quakes 2 to the regular Quakes team that makes the transition from Quakes 2 to Quakes 1 a little bit easier? Because it does seem like both teams have a certain standard of play that they are trying to live up to right now, and Quakes 2 obviously has some high expectations themselves with some history that they're chasing. But it seems like so far the transition for you has been fairly similar in the expectations. So I was just wondering what you can shed light on in terms of the expectations from Quakes 2 to Quakes 1. Is it similar? Is it different?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think Quakes 2 has a high standard, and it's one of the top teams in MLS Next Pro, which helps, and they take it very seriously. And obviously we had a good season last year when it was the town, and just that run, we made a playoff run, which obviously helps. So those games are very important for like individually and as a team to help growing.
Sure. And the final follow-up question would be, now that the win after this weekend has come and gone, it seems like the rest of the MLS fan base and teams and media in general has finally started to take a little more notice of what the Quakes are doing, and of course the record. So with this big matchup against Minnesota coming up tomorrow, what is something that you want to continue to let the MLS know as to why your start is as well as it is, and what is something that you need to absolutely take care of in order to get the win against a great team like Minnesota and the run that they have been on as of late?
Yeah, like I said earlier, Minnesota is one of the top teams in the league, so we're going to have to come out with the right mentality and just keep proving that we're hard to play against, especially at home, is something we take very seriously. So just coming out from the first minute with a lot of energy, ready to defend our home field, I think it's going to be important.
Thank you very much.
All right, that does it for this week's midweek media availability. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so we are back. That was Nick Fernandez of the San Jose Earthquakes. We're gonna. How long is this one? Oh, okay. So you know what? I'm just gonna see here. I'm just gonna go play this real quick. Check on Gus a minute. Make sure he's done eating. I'll be back right here. Santa Cruz Voice. You're listening to One Season in the Sun.
Sergio is the man. Everybody knows his name. But his little terrier, Homer, steals the whole game. With a bark and a grin and a sparkle in his eyes. Rolling down the street, he's the king in disguise. Oh, everyone loves Homer, the terrier in his ride. Cruising through the city with Sergio by his side. Oh, Homer's got the style, and he's always stealing the show. Everyone loves Homer, everywhere they go. From a bright yellow Dino to an F1 on the strip, Homer's got a car that's ready for the Vegas trip. Wherever they wander, folks stop and say hello. Homer's the star of the street, and everybody knows. Oh, everyone loves Homer, the terrier in his ride. Cruising through the city with Sergio by his side. Oh, Homer's got the style, and he's always stealing the show. Everyone loves Homer, everywhere they go. Little Paul's big ambition. Engines roar with fast ignition. From the driveway to the moon, Homer howls his happy tune. Oh, everyone loves Homer, the terrier in his ride. Cruising through the city with Sergio by his side. Oh, Homer's got the style, and he's always stealing the show. Everyone loves Homer, everywhere they go. Yeah, everyone loves Homer, everywhere they go.
All right, we are back right here on One Season in the Sun. You were also listening to the press conference with Nick Fernandez from the San Jose Earthquakes. We're gonna be... What the hell? Don't know why that was not plugged in all the way. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna probably do a longer thing today. Can't you there?
Yep, right here.
Okay. So we'll probably just do a longer one today. And, maybe since there's live issues right now, we will do that and we'll put that up there for this week. So we're going next. Okay. So we'll get into the angry part next. So,
all right.
We'll get into the angry part, later. And next though, so chiropractor, Dr. Lucia wanted to meet with Gus yesterday on the day of the Big Sur Marathon. And the crossroads down there is the start and finish of it. So that's where all the people in the marathon are parking. And she wanted to meet like an hour after they were closing it up. And it was still a cluster getting down there. Okay. It was not easy getting down there. Now, I'm going to also say this about that. Dr. Lucia has a lot of plans for Gus because she's like, well, next year we'll do this different. Hey, lady. It's like
You calling her an optimist? Or?
I'm called. Okay. Yeah. She's optimistic that Gus is gonna, make it that long, but she's also optimistic that that we're gonna, that Gus and I are gonna keep, financing that. Why are you standing behind me now? Okay. Enzo decided to walk. Oh, okay. Enzo walked directly behind me and then plopped himself down in between me and Darla. I love you too, buddy. I'm not saying you're not a straight up dog. You're a good dog. I think you're good. Okay.
Okay, just making sure.
He's like, I'm making sure. Okay. So, but while I'm down there, okay, I go to Pet Food Express and I get these little non-rawhide shoes because Enzo broke a piece off the pig's hoof I got them. And, I was afraid of them choking, so I took it away from him. He was mad. In fact, I had to take it all the way out. I couldn't just put it in the kitchen garbage because he was trying to get in the kitchen garbage to get it back. And so I took it all the way out, and he was like, going, rah, 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 rah. So I got him this thing. And so first he tried to take it outside. And I'm like, dude, I gave it to you. You can have it. And then so I got it out from outside from where he had half buried it. This dog is not good at burying crap. Okay, let me just let you know he's not good at burying crap. That's not even the funny part. So I bring it back in though. I wash it off. I put it in his bed in front of the TV in the sunroom. And so then he kind of gets the point that he's able to do that, but until he was done chewing on it, and then he took it back outside. I don't know where it went. Now, Darla, I gave her one too, because, all right, and I gave it to her in her bed so that she would know that she could keep it. It's okay. It's allowed, I think Enzo was actually trying to hide it from Darla, to be honest with you, because they had a hard time sharing the pig hoof. And Darla put it at the edge of her bed. Then she started digging in the bed. Okay. Then she grabbed, digging up making an invisible imaginary hole in the bed. Then she grabbed the hide, put it in the imaginary hole, and started using her nose to cover it with imaginary dirt.
Mm-hmm.
She did this for like 15 minutes. Every time I tried to film her doing this, she would stop. So I'm just like, I tried to walk away so that I could get it so she wasn't noticing I was pointing the phone at her. And then she would just jump down and then come over to me. And I'm like, all right, so I couldn't get it on video. But she did this for 15 minutes.
It definitely happened.
It definitely happened. Yeah. Yeah. And she was just covering it with imaginary dirt. I'm like, and then so I sat down next to her and I'm like, you did a good job of hiding that. She's looking at me like, yes, I did. I could see the dirt. I'm like going, this is almost like you stole $10,000 from your employer. I mean, it's almost like you're an embezzler. Yeah, it's a thing. God, those people are toxic.
It'd be so easy to do with those puppy eyes too.
Oh God, yeah.
Hey, just let me take this. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so she was just they were both just loving those things. So that was really cool. But yeah, so that was so there's the good part there. So what else is going on? Oh, Ben Stiller's in trouble.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller strikes me as a guy that does. I mean, I'm just hoping he did this because he doesn't pay attention to the world outside of him. He's very Ben Stiller centric.
Well, I mean, he's got his head in Severance.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that Ben Stiller is very Ben Stiller centric and doesn't care about the world around him. But Ben Stiller apparently is at the Knicks game on Saturday night. And then 20 minutes after the White House correspondence center thing happens, he sends out a tweet as he's at the Knicks game and says, "Got it done." And I'm like, dude, you need to pay a little more attention to what's going on in the world, because that just wasn't cool, dude. And I'm just, I'm just kind of like going, all right, well, that was you've really got to pay attention to what's you.
Well, I mean, he'd been posting all night about the game.
Yes.
And they did win 114-98.
No, I mean, no, I'm taking it for hopefully what it meant, but I'm like, dude, you've got to pay a little attention to what's going on outside of where you're sitting, because...
Or just use more characters.
Yeah, something.
I'm so glad the Knicks won this basketball game that I'm referring to.
I'm so glad the Knicks got it done. Yes. Don't be cryptic.
No. Well, it's just, you know what it is it's everyone just resenting having to write their answers in complete sentences.
Oh my God! Yeah,
because
no. I mean,
every test makes you do that, and you're like, "Well, when I grow up, I'm not going to." So there.
Yeah. This is a thing where everybody tries to change everything into an acronym that they don't want to have to explain to anybody else, and it's just come on, dude. You are just. Okay, so let me check.
I think there's plenty of things in the world to be freaked out about. I don't see anything there.
Yeah. Hey, so here's some stuff we got. We're having some conversations with Abby from the International. Hold on. International Car Week. They're doing that combined thing, the Concorso and the Monterey Motorsports Festival. That's where they have all the Italian stuff and the good food over at Bayonet and Black Horse, and then they have like a bunch of cars that apparently look good under strobes and are not so old that they will be damaged by loud music. There are cars like that, by the way. And they have a rave with cars around them, but roped off so people aren't dancing on them. Hopefully,
that's smart.
Well, you got to.
So it's like the opening scenes of Too Fast, Too Furious,
or regular Fast and Furious. I mean,
the opening scenes of Fast and Furious are Honda Civics relieving a semi of
but there are scenes in Fast and Furious, and it's like the opening. It's also like the opening scene of Triple X.
Have you seen they calculated you would need like 4,600 cars to be able to line the entire mile of the drag race?
4,600? Oh, it's a
lot of cars.
No. Okay, there was a movie, God, it was in 80s, I think, where there was the whole premise of the movie is that somebody changed a commercial and what the girl said, and because this other guy was trying to get her father's used car dealership to close, and then she says, "You'll like the style of cars we have," and then he changed it to mile of cars, and then she was going to get closed down because truth in advertising, and so they had to find all these cars, and then they went and then at the end they found a town car, and it was like 12 or 16 or 20 feet long, or however the hell long it was, and it made it by it made a mile of cars by 1 inch, but they had to have them on the lot, or else Truth in Advertising was going to kick them. So
that is a comedy directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah.
Starring Kurt Russell, called Used Cars.
Yes. It was also But in that thing, they only said it was like 250. So I just this 4,600 doesn't seem right. And they don't.
And it also takes forever for the race to happen.
And they don't race mile. See, that's the thing too. Fast and Furious, they were just they were racing for like 3 minutes for a quarter mile, and you're like, dude, that ain't right. What are you doing here? So
slow and deliberate doesn't look as good on the DVD cover.
It's like slow and careful and minding all the rules. There you go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's not as good of a movie title. That's not as good a movie title.
Law-abiding cars.
Law-abiding citizens. So I'll tell you what, we'll actually hit that second break there as we kind of come into what we're doing today. And here's my question. Do we have anything to eat? Ooh, that'd be fun. I don't know.
Man, I've been trying to figure that out.
All right, we'll figure this out. All right, there we go.
Treehouse Dispensary, 3651. So,
satisfy your hunger with a fresh, prepared, twice daily grab.
So let me start this at the beginning.
Satisfy your hunger with a fresh, prepared, twice daily grab-and-go sushi you'll find waiting for you at Sushi Market Sprouts, 2 blocks from the beach at 300 7th Avenue in Santa Cruz. Fresh, delicious, and oh so good.
Hello, I'm Junko, and I look forward to serving you at the Sushi Market Sprouts.
Satisfy your hunger right now with the delicious ramen and sushi you'll find waiting for you at Kaito. Easy in and out location in the Capitola Mall food court. Special orders welcome. Fresh, delicious, and oh so good.
This is Koji. I'm looking forward to seeing you at my restaurant Kaito.
California coast to the fertile valleys inland. Earthwise Land Services, your land's best friend. Earthwise can clear it, mulch it, move it, sculpt it, grade it, drain it, or retain it, any way you choose. Earthwise Land Services, your land's best friend.
Hi, I'm Carolyn, and I have some property behind my home at Larkin Valley that I've never seen. It was completely overgrown with brush and poison oak, well over 10 feet high. I wanted to have it cleared to protect my horses from wildfires, but nobody could do the job. Then I called Buck at Earthwise. Buck brought out his big brush-eating machine and turned all the brush and poison oak into mulch. It was truly transformational. Thanks to Earthwise, my property is now like a park and I can trail ride my horses.
Earthwise Land Services, your land's best friend.
Glass in my hand at the end of the bar. Life keeps hitting like it knows where we are. Feels like the weight's raining down instead. More and more trouble keeps cracking my head. Sky's dark gray, was supposed to be blue. The truck won't start and damn I'm through. Dreams don't shine like they used to do. It's always something, it's always something, ain't it?
All right, we're back right here on One Season in the Sun. I love that one. That is honestly one of my favorites of them. Let's see here. I'm going to set up for the one I'm going to do. Let's see. Okay, there we go. No, there's noises going on in the neighborhood today. All right, so, are we ready for this? I guess we're ready for this.
Here we go.
Oh, well, actually, no, we'll get some other stuff here real quick. NFL draft happened this weekend. NFL draft happened this weekend. I wouldn't have paid attention to it if I wasn't close to the family with a kid who was eligible for it. And it was weird because I was getting ready to go do some stuff and then go to the Buckeyes game. And then all of a sudden, 2 rounds earlier than they were projecting him to go, I heard his name, and I looked up, I'm like, really? Okay. But it was during the round where they were letting the International Fans of the Year do their thing, and this guy was not so interested in doing the pick and more interested in doing his shout outs to everybody. And I'm like, oh, man, they should have just had security take his ass off stage, because it was like really first off, he didn't learn his name, and everything was about this guy going, oh, shout out here, Bills Nation, blah blah blah. And it's like, dude, this ain't about you. This ain't about you. But it was about him. So it was it was early, which is good for Caleb, but it was kind of messed up with everything, with the way everything went down, and I was like, ugh. Which brings us to football game was supposed to be at 4.
Yeah.
I ate at 2, got there about 2:30, and then the school let us know that they had taken a break during the girls' soccer games because it was sprinkling. Oh. They were like heavy rain. It was not heavy raining. I was in the city in which it is, which I'm not going to, give the city because
it was heavily, lightly sprinkling.
Yeah, I was down. So, and they were like, oh, well, we had to, it was not heavy rain, and you're supposed to be able to play soccer in the rain.
It was a vicious downpour of mist.
And I say soccer because my version of footballers are tough people who play a very physical game, and soccer is played by 8-year-olds to make it so that soccer moms can qualify having minivans. And they may have been older than 8-year-olds, but if you're taking a break because it's raining and you're playing on a turf field, you are the latter. So there we go. So they tell us that the game's going to start at 6:30. Fine, whatever. The officials would have been late anyway, which brings us to the rest of this. These officials, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it, these officials suck.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
In fact, you know what? I almost need this just playing in a loop behind me.
You can say anything under that bed. Over.
We have had talks before the game with this white hat. I've said, well, what timing rules are we going with? Well, we're going with these. I said, do we have a 2-minute warning? Yes, we do. I tell him 2 minutes every game. He ignores me every damn game. 2 weeks ago and this week, what was weird is we were on the 39-yard line both times. We false started. Hey, look, no problem with the fact that we were on the 39-yard line and we false started. Mm-hmm. But the fact is they moved the ball back to the 45, which is a 6-yard penalty because they can't count. It was 1st and 10. We got a false start in both situations, moved it back to the 49-yard line and the 45-yard line in both situations. Two times, two different games, same officiating crew marked off a 6-yard penalty. Okay. They also marked off a 12-yard penalty in the middle of the field, an 18-yard penalty once on a before a kickoff. Both of those marks offs do not exist, by the way. They took 17 minutes between the Buckeyes scoring a touchdown and the kickoff because of huddles with the officials about, penalties that they wanted to call. Then they didn't move so 17 minutes later we get the kickoff. Okay. And then they put the ball exactly where it was. 17 minutes to decide to do nothing. So we kicked the ball off and then they blew it dead. And then they sit there and said, we forgot to mark off the penalty, and they marked off 8 yards. And I'm like, you are making crap up. There is nothing that is 8 yards. Later in the game, there is nothing that is 18 yards. We're playing high school rules. They marked off 34 yards for a pass interference. High school, it's 15 yards. It's to eliminate the idea of incidental contact downfield and, less than great things. We don't pick and choose between different things. We play high school rules. We use high school hash marks. We have high school timing, except for the fact that we play 15 minutes. We're supposed to have 2-minute warnings, which I let them know, and they never do. And these are just some examples. There were 20. We don't know the rules things in the first half when I stopped counting. And I was just marking them down. And making notes. So at halftime, I've just had it. Halftime, I set the clock for 85 minutes. And I start the clock. And I walk it down. And I'm going to go to the bathroom. Because the first half took 2 hours and 14 minutes. When we are not on TV and don't have commercial timeouts.
You could watch Toy Story during that break.
Yes, I could have.
Credit to credit.
So I set it for 85 minutes because I'm just pissed and I've had it. And I knew I set it for 85 minutes. I knew what the clock was because I set it for a time where I know what it transposes to. He comes running behind me. Can you reset that for 10 minutes? I'm like, no. And he says, why'd you set it for 85 minutes? And I said, for why do you want it to be 10 minutes? It's not 10, halftime isn't 10 minutes anywhere. And he says, well, why'd you set it for 85? And I said, I'm making up crap just like you guys are. What do you mean? Well, you're doing imaginary mark-offs, calling penalties that don't exist because he had delay of game on the defense once. There is such a thing as delay of game on the defense, okay? But there are certain things that are delay of game on the defense, and most of them actually work like kicking the ball away and stuff like that. Most of those actually get called as unsportsmanlike conducts, as honestly they probably should. The team that got the delay of game on the defense did none of the things that are included in what delay of the game on defense is. So they may have been calling something, but it wasn't that. They also marked off 9 yards on that. So they're marking off mark-offs that don't exist. They're calling penalties that don't exist. They're taking 17 minutes to decide to do nothing. Then when we kick the ball off, they blow the play dead and they re-kick it after they move it 8 yards, which also doesn't exist. After 17 minutes, they decide to move it 8 yards one way. I'm like going, and so at this point, I've just had it. I have had it with these incompetent people that were, by the way, paying to come there and officiate this game. And so then he's like, well, go reset the clock. And I'm like, bite me. And he's like, well, why did you set it at that? I'm like, why are you guys making up crap as you go along? I would have thought, I actually said this, I would have thought that you would have to pass some sort of test or at least know the rules to be able to officiate a game and ask to be paid for it. He says, well, we passed a test. only confirming half of what I said. So the test is not a good measure of the knowledge they are supposed to have. And then he's like, well, you keep doing what you're doing, I'll throw you out of here. I was like, go ahead. I said, but I'm going to bet that you don't have the cojones to do it. For our Mexican friends,
the opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
They probably don't. So our Mexican friends would know that means balls. Okay. And oh, wait.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
That was for saying balls. Oh.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
I got to move on because I can't. Otherwise, just kind of keep playing that. And
all right.
And so he's like, I will. I'll throw you out of here. And I'm like, no, you won't. And he says, why? And he says, well, first off, if you do, I'm just going to identify as somebody you haven't thrown out because I'm going to make up stuff too. And by the way, and F you. And then I walked off. And then he's yelling at me as I'm going in the large porta potty, which is the only one that was there. Now I'm going to say though, they got to watch putting these large porta potties in this town because the handicap porta potties are big enough for a homeless person to live in, and they have a toilet. So I mean, hey, dude, it would be a smelly apartment, but I'm guaranteeing you that a homeless encampment is smelly too. Hold on.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views of Santa Cruz Voice.
Okay, so. And then so I come out of there, he's still yelling at me, and I'm just like, seriously, dude, and F you. And he's like, you've been making up crap all season, and I've had it with you. I'll throw you out. See, if you throw me out, then I'm going to have to explain myself to the league, and I have notes. And then he's like, what? I'm like, you guys have no idea what you're doing. And in fact, I'm going to contact CIF because you shouldn't be doing high school games. I know that there is an official shortage, especially for high school football. And we need all the officials we can in California. But not these guys. These guys are so bad. You tell them one set of rules and they just can't make up their damn minds. One game, they were negotiating with the other team about a penalty that they were going to call. We had one instance where they called a guy down when he caught a ball and fell down, and then he got up and ran. Rules were playing. You go back to where he fell down. That's the rule in that. Another place in the same game, they let a guy get up and go 20 yards down the field further. I am just going to say, straight up, you guys is morons. And
you is stupid.
You is big and stupid. I forget what song that was. But I hope I homaged it instead of doing the
I think it's a Sabrina Carpenter song.
Maybe. Yeah. But okay. But here's the thing. We don't need those guys. When we're sitting there talking about, hey, we need guys here. We don't need these guys. We don't.
Well, aren't they negative in the grand scheme of things? Adding them actually ruins the game.
Yes, it's ruined.
Okay.
It's ruined 4 games this year, 3 of which we won. I mean, look, I'm complaining about times that we've won, and now I'm going to say this about that too. The Long Beach City Giants were, they handled the time change of the game very well. They were cool about everything. They played well. I mean, honestly, their main running back, he is awesome. Their line is okay. Your running back shouldn't have been playing like that. We tackled for crap, and I'm just going to cop to that. We tackled for crap. Would have been much better game if we were tackling rather than trying to play Steve Atwater. Look it up, guys. But, dude, this was the officiating in this game. Well, when the white hat doesn't know what he's doing, and neither does anyone else, to tell him, dude, you don't know what you're doing. It gets really bad fast. And after 4 games with this same crew, I've had it. If we get them for the playoff game, which we're likely to do, I may have to have somebody else do the announcing in the stadium, because I would very likely get us into a loss, because I am not going to keep quiet. I'm not. If you get me near a microphone, I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to turn all this stuff off, because you don't want me talking over the microphone on this game, because you guys is bad. So
could you get your team fined by anything you say?
No. Because they don't have the ability to do that. They would ask me, well, why did you do the referees like that? And he didn't throw me out because I told him I had notes.
Yeah.
Because the look on his face when I said, "Oh, good," because then we'll talk. Then the league president and I will get to talk, and I have notes about about your officiating today. And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I have notes." And then he's like, "What?" And I said, first and 10 on the, and I'm like, first and 10 on the 39. You marked off 6 yards. I even clicked in the mic and told you, and then you waved at me like shut up. And I'm like, so I have notes. So yeah. So there we go. So you know what? We're gonna call it there.
I have notes. That's the title of the episode.
Yes, there we go. Again, if you're anywhere in Santa Cruz, pick up a copy of the new Santa Cruz Vibes. I have written an article in that I'm going to have a long-term commitment with him, because that's what he wants. He wants guys that are doing stuff every issue, not just here and there. So I'm already working. I'm actually mostly got it formatted for the next one, and so I'm early. You can also download the app if you have a Google. We're going to have the Apple app up soon. New studios coming soon. We have some updates on that. We'll talk a little more about that next week, because there's some stuff going on that we're going to try to get worked out this week. I don't know. That's all I got. I don't know. We got anything else?
Legos? No, we did Legos.
Legos at Lagos. There we go. I think everything else is stoking fires that we don't want to stoke. So you know what? However, the song we have to play on the way out, this is so apropos, because you know what? Some days are just like that. I'm gonna publish all these at some point. Probably iTunes or something. I don't know. We'll see. But here we go.
Take it easy.
See y'all.
Coffee's gone cold, sun cuts through the blinds. Half-read letters, a mess left behind. Try to shake her off like a worn-out track, but every thought keeps pulling me back. Some days are just like that. You drive past a place you swore you'd never go back. Try to sing along so you don't lose track. Thought I saw her smile in the rear view glass. Yeah, some days are just like that. Tire hum mixes with a podcast drawn. Phone line lights up, but I leave it alone. Billboards blurring the miles stack. Every sign says stop looking back. Some days are just like that. You drive past a place you swore you'd never go back. Try to sing along so you don't lose track. Thought I saw her smile in the rear view glass. Yeah, some days are just like that. Ain't every road meant to be retraced, but some still haunt the empty space. Yeah, some days. Just like that, you drive past the place you swore you'd never go back. Try to sing along so you don't lose track. Thought I saw her smile in the rear view glass. Yeah, some days are just like that.